Well, big trade during the Super Bowl for the same team.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed.
Well, that sucks.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, here we go, guys. We're getting closer and closer to the biggest football game of the year. That's on Sunday, and you need to get in on the Underdog app right now in Missouri. And if you're not on Underdog yet, then you're in luck, because new customers will score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. And playing on Underdog, guys, is so easy. Just head on over to the app, make entries on if a player will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, and more. Once you get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And we've got new promos dropping daily in the Underdog app. So if you like making entries and winning money, then Underdog is the place to be for the big game. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and use promo code BOB to score $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play your first $5 on fantasy with promo code BOB. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over. Present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, 1-800-GAMBLER, or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Men, it's the new year, and it's here, and improving your health may be one of your big resolutions. But when you're tired, low on energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing progress in the gym, staying committed can be tough. Heartland Men's Health, my people over there are great, and they can likely help you with that resolution because those symptoms are often signs of low testosterone. But this year, Heartland Men's Health is also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. They've successfully treated many men for low T, and men have seen the amazing differences that those treatments can make in their life. Most men wait a year or longer. There is no need to wait. Don't go another year with low T. They have 3 locations: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and North Kansas City. So call my people over at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You know when you're staring at a snack table and everything looks artificial? Well, I found the antidote. It's Daisy French Onion and Ranch Dips. They're delicious because they start with America's favorite sour cream. It's Daisy. And they use real herbs and spices, stuff you would find in your own kitchen. No preservatives and no artificial ingredients, just the good stuff. And I love Daisy dips with chips, wings, even veggies. So give Daisy French Onion and Ranch Dips a try. Look for it at a grocery store near you.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I hope you are sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has 0 outpatient deductibles, and is 30 to 60% lower cost than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you're a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone. 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Visit AnthonyPHC.com today.
Keep your home warm and your furnace running strong with expert HVAC care from Anthony. Celebrate our 75th anniversary. Get $75 off a furnace tune-up. Book now at AnthonyPHCE.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Getting a little bit more excited for the Super Bowl.
You know what I'm excited about, to be honest with you? Watching the Eagles. They had a coach quit on Twitter yesterday.
That he did.
That was awesome.
So does that
13 years. See ya.
Does that mean Vic Fangio is going to send a fax?
No, he said yes last night he's staying for one more year now. So they must have gave him a
rumors
lot of money.
So he came home and his wife read the tabloids and she said, Vic, we need at least one more year.
Yeah.
And then we can do what we want to do. He's like,
and go tell them that you're leaving and they need to pay you that money. And so that's what Vic Fangio did. And shockingly, now I saw he is looks like he will be coming back. But I mean, we talked 2 weeks ago about great ways to quit a job. Offensive line coach for the Eagles goes to Twitter and quits. I don't think that's fantastic. Can we get that guy here? He's got to be better than Andy Heck.
Apparently, he's him or Tennessee coach that got fired, Callahan, was that his name?
Oh, yeah.
Jim Callahan.
Yeah.
So his dad, Jim Callahan, and him are like the two best.
So the two best offensive line coaches out there. Yeah,
Yes.
Callahan was a really good offensive line coach, and then obviously the Raiders and the Nebraska thing went south. Bill Callahan, right? Yeah, that's what
Is
his
it
name
Bill?
was.
Okay.
What did you say?
Jim or something?
I don't know.
what
Either way, Bill, Jim, Bob,
Whatever.
6 of one, half a dozen of
Cooter.
another. Yeah, exactly. And so this guy, what's his name? Like Jim Southland or something like that, I think. Stoutland or something.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling through Twitter. I'm like, this guy's quitting on Twitter yesterday and never thanked Nick Sirianni in this whole thing. And that's why I'm interested in watching, what takes place. Like,
did
how
he
many
thank the Howies?
Did he thank the Howies? I don't. I wish we like to thank the Howies. I deeply apologize to the Clarks.
Yeah.
To the who?
Damn right, dude.
I mean, I laugh still to this day because I'll never forget standing in that locker room with the recorder there for Dwayne Bowe when he was addressing importing women in San Diego, and he said, "I am going to deeply apologize to the Clarks." And I mean, it's just. And since then, like even inside the building, from what I understand, they still joke about that. They still call them the Clarks because of it.
All my friends ever call them to this day.
There is a band from Pittsburgh called the Clarks, okay? And I was told by somebody high up in the organization that after that, they're like, we've tried to get them to sing the national anthem.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, to think
Here are the Clarks.
To think the two things that Dwayne Bowe is known for in Kansas City is that and is Sonic Open.
Yep.
Sir, please get out of the car.
Yeah. Dwayne Bowe was one of my favorite people, though. I always just called him like a lovable dope. The stuff that he said was but it was so not meant with intent either, right?
Somewhere under Dwayne Bowe?
Yeah, you remember that? But I mean, like, just a lovable guy. He's such a genuine, nice guy.
He's a rapper.
That just didn't get it, you know?
Yeah, spits bars.
You don't ask if Sonic's open when you get pulled over by the cops. And you probably should know the name of the people that run the franchise. Yeah. But he was good. Him and Castle that one year.
Oh, he was great.
I mean,
contract year's undefeated.
I mean, it really was that year, right? He was outstanding, him and Matt Castle that year. And then, Charlie Weiss
literally
left
the next year or so, they were a franchise that did not have a receiving touchdown from a wide
That was
receiver.
That was Andy Reid.
Oh, well, yeah, 2016.
2014, I think it was. I think it was 2014.
Right. Second year when they went 9. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have that receiver to score a touchdown, which was like unheard of in the NFL. So
yeah, and Dwayne Bowe went to Cleveland, and that year he's like, I'm going to have the best year I've ever had. It was like 4 catches for 40 yards.
Who was his quarterback in Cleveland that year?
That was Johnny Manziel.
Oh, it was?
I believe that was Manziel.
Okay.
Because I went to the Chiefs because I saw Dwayne Bowe and the Browns on the sideline before that game because I saw that Manziel Chiefs game.
Imagine those two running around together back in the day. Dwayne Bowe and Johnny Manziel, look out. Hide everybody in the house.
You think Dwayne Bowe's getting you think he's getting a combo at Sonic? You think he's just going like sides, like poppers and cheese bites? Because I mean,
at that time of night, I think you're going like tots and fries and those pretzel
you're
bites
not
that they
getting like
have.
the number 2 supersonic burger with like fries and a Coke. You're getting like mozzarella.
Yeah, the mozzarella sticks. Yeah,
And
you're
then,
not going burger. No,
a corn dog.
You got to have a corn dog. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, corn dogs. That is, that's like
great corn dogs.
Sir, get out of the car! Get out of the effing car!
Yeah.
Is Sonic open? I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying.
Bro, like seriously, man.
Seriously,
like
dude.
the mod sticks.
Sorry for that
do you know
rabbit
what
hole.
Sonic is, man. No, but it's a good rabbit hole because there's, I mean, it's just like we go back to the people we cover and the stuff that we remember in sports, right? Like if you ask me who won the national championship in basketball last year, we've had this conversation recently, so I know it's Florida now, but before we had that conversation, I can't remember who won. But by God, we know Dwayne Bowe imported women. We know he went to Sonic, and we know he called them the Clarks, and we will remember that kind of stuff to the day that we are dead. And it will be those conversations that you're having at McDonald's when you're 70 years old. Remember that Dwayne Bowe guy was looking for Sonic? You're not going to remember anything else.
Didn't like Herm Edwards like get him tied up to the goalpost on Hard Knocks?
That was his rookie year.
Yeah, and they poured ice.
Back when you could have fun with the rookies, you know?
He like tied him to the goalpost with like saran wrap.
Yeah.
And then they poured ice into his like chest.
Oh, they did that to all the guys back in the day.
And then Herm was like, you're going to go to Krispy Kreme and give me 12 donuts. You're going to bring them back. And if there's one missing or they're not hot, your ass going right back to Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Hazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, wow. Okay, Dwayne Bowe.
So Dwayne Bowe, rabbit hole. But before Dwayne Bowe, who else were we talking about?
I don't have a clue.
There was somebody else that was on that list of people that we were talking about as well. We're like Dwayne Bowe went to Sonic, the Clarks, 6 of 1. We were talking. I don't even remember how this segment started, quite honestly.
Yeah, do you, Mac?
I have no idea how this segment started. I mean, we were we were talking about the Super Bowl and Kelsey and
that
whatnot.
Was the first segment.
Mac, go back and listen to see how this segment started.
I'm doing it.
And remind us of how this segment started, because I had something very important to say. Or not.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like we were talking about, I know we were going to talk about Tom.
Great ways to quit a job. Stoutland.
Oh yeah. That's why I said I'm excited for the Eagles to watch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we call them the Rose. We call them the Howies.
The Howies. That's what it was.
Great radio.
Yeah, the Howies and how we got to this
point.
point.
Do it 6 o'clock today.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we talked about the Howies, the Clarks, and Dwayne Bowe. Okay, was it entertaining? Yeah. Did people laugh? Yeah. Did people have fun? Yeah, of course they did, because we're talking about Dwayne Bowe.
So let's talk a little bit about Tom Brady, because something that maybe this is like part of our problem, something that was kind of like a minute, kind of off the wall sort of response when he said, I don't really have a dog in the fight when it comes to Patriots versus Seattle. And we'll ask Ben Maller, because, he does stuff out in LA. He's going to be at Radio Row during this time for the next 2 days or so. And I always try to see what we're talking about as to what LA would be talking about, or that's why you watch the national show sometimes to see what their topics are, to see if they're either in the same ballpark or you get a new interesting take that you didn't think about.
Yeah.
And he's all over it too, and there's a lot of people out there, and now it becomes Radio Row, just low hanging fruit material. Anybody that's a Patriots player, has a tie to the Patriots, or knows Tom Brady, or just does sports, they're gonna sit down with wherever. And it's going to be so hey, do you believe what Tom said? Or if it's Patriots players, we saw Teddy Bruschi going off yesterday. We saw Vince Wilfork going off yesterday. And then Asante Samuel tweets, Tom Brady, you have 23 hours to respond or it's up. I'm going ape blank about who you are.
I can't wait for this. I'm going to tell you what, this is theater right now. This is going to be the best thing that happens in Super Bowl week ever if Asante Samuel starts airing dirty laundry on Tom Brady.
And
My
God. That was at 8:48 yesterday.
So last night.
Yeah.
Or 8:48 this morning.
8:48 p.m. February 4th.
Okay, so we have till 7:45 tonight to see if Tom Brady, he won't, obviously. I can't wait to see what Asante Samuel does. And it all stems from, like, he doesn't have a dog in this fight. And you and I were talking about it, earlier about he doesn't have a dog in this fight. And I'm like, I don't blame him because these guys are so driven by ego. None of them, I don't think, want to see the New England Patriots start to win again because it takes away from everything that they were able to accomplish. And Tom Brady, man, the ego is a powerful, powerful thing. And if all of a sudden Drake May's winning Super Bowls in New England, Tom Brady becomes a secondary story up there in New England.
This was Vince Wilfork's response to Tom Brady's comments of not having a dog in the fight.
Tom hasn't given an opinion, and we're waiting for an opinion from Tom.
That's bull crap, Tom.
Thank you.
That's what we said.
Thank you. Come on, Tom.
Now.
Why won't he give
all that political? This ain't political.
Yeah.
It ain't political. What it is.
Yeah.
Raiders ain't in it.
Yep. Thank you, Vince.
That's right. Say what it is.
Right.
What you see.
Yep. You want to come back and say, hey, I'm a Patriot for life, then you should be rooting for him.
Man, look, at the end of the day, if you're a Patriot for life, you know what it is. Don't give me that political bull crap. That's just what it is.
That's it.
That's just what if you don't think we're going to win, just pick Seattle then.
Right.
Yeah. Don't straddle the fence.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Don't straddle the fence.
Thank you.
That's what I said.
I feel like Vince Wilfork is very fun at the family cookout.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He lost some weight, and yeah.
Which
And
all
he
those- all
needed
those-
to.
yeah, of course.
But
He
they
was
go
400
either
pounds.
way. Have you seen Willie Roaf lately, though, when he's
But
back?
I was going to
it's
say,
like, ooh.
the guys in the last 15 years, we figured out diet medically, those 300-pounders, for the
Yeah, it was
most
like
part,
Matt Burke,
they
Jeff Saturday, Ryan
they
Littlejohn.
shed 80,
Yeah,
100
yeah.
pounds,
Yeah.
and they look good.
Yeah, they look great. They look like, normal people, and then you looked at them on the football field. But they either go one way or the other. They either go in balloon or they lose a lot of weight. And
So it's good to see he didn't go, because he was already, he's 400
He's
pounds.
400
It would've been
pounds.
bad.
Yeah, you can't do that for the rest of your life.
No.
And the majority of these guys are losing all that weight and getting thinner. And obviously, there's easier ways to do it these days than we had back in the 50s and 60s and 2010s. So people can lose that weight easily. But I think people are more health conscious these days, and you're seeing less and less of these guys become very big off the field after they're done playing. Most of them shrink down to the size of Mac. I mean, like
it's crazy.
And it's great. Like, look at Sean O'Hara, who used to play offensive line in the NFL. He does a lot of work on NFL Network and with the Giants and stuff like that. He was a big lineman. He looks like just a small guy now because he's lost so much weight.
But he was right there. It sounded like, I agree with him.
Yeah, like pick a side, one way or the other.
Come on.
It's okay. You don't have to say you don't have a dog in the fight and lie to everybody. If you think Seattle's going to win, which I believe most people do at this point in time, then say, look, I just think they're a better team. New England's been a great story, and move on. It's okay to have that take.
Yeah, I mean, like the popular consensus to people on, Twitter and on even the text line this morning was the fact that, the Patriots walked on Tom. Like, Tom went to Tampa Bay, won a Super Bowl in spite. Like, they did what they did. It's like, I guess, I don't know. Like,
that is true. They did kind of give up on him.
I think walked and gave up are tough. And I'm sorry to say this out loud. I didn't mean to have this be a topic, but there will be a day when Mahomes turns 40.
Yeah.
And he's not done playing.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, you'll have to look at that man and be like, you're not done playing, but you're done playing here.
Right.
It happened to Brett Favre. It happened to Aaron Rodgers. It probably should have happened to Ben Roethlisberger. It happened to Peyton Manning. It is
happened
what it
to
is.
Kurt Warner. It happens to everybody.
It's just one of those things. And like Tom was like,
Joe Montana.
and we talk about egos in sports, and like that's the thing is like people can't ever think that day is coming. Like those guys that get to that level, it rides so high that like it's just so long and so fun that there becomes a point in their life where it's just like, yeah, dude, like you're not that guy anymore.
But the thing is, usually they're right.
They
were wrong.
They were wrong with Brady.
But Brady,
it was time though.
But also, Brady had a much better team in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
That defense was nuts.
The best roster in the NFL.
Correct. So I mean, yeah, Brady was still there, but I mean, he was protected with an iron curtain. He had a defensive line that just completely destroyed people. He had Godwin, Evans, still kind of prime Evans, prime Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Then, by the way,
Brown.
they went and got crazy-ass Antonio Brown that was still good, but just insane in the membrane.
Yep.
And
Gronkowski. Yep.
But nobody's going to remember that, in 10 years. We're not going to remember the
like,
ancillaries. You just remember Tom Brady. New England gave up. He went to Tampa and won a Super Bowl. That's how the normal person thinks,
but
right?
I mean, that's what you do with a guy that has a little bit of greatness in the tank, because that little bit of greatness is better than the mediocrity that is out there at quarterback.
Yeah.
And you take that little bit of greatness and you spread it like wildfire with everything around. Look what Peyton Manning had in Denver. Are you kidding me? Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Wes Welker, like all these pieces
Dave
around
Thomas,
him.
Wendy's.
Yeah, great. Dave's double, no onion. And the yellow box version, not the new red. And
Wendy's was better when Dave Thomas was alive. Can we all just...
It hit better when it had a yellow box for the fries. The red, get me out of here.
Yeah, the yellow stuff was much better.
That's just what it was. And I think that's the issue that we have, is that somebody might not be done with it, but something might be done with you.
Right.
And, that's just kind of how sports go.
It's kind of how life goes, too.
The Mariners didn't give up on Ichiro. Ichiro's like, I still want to play. And they're like, we're trying to move on, dude. Like, we're trying to rebrand our team. Okay, I'll go to Miami. Sounds great. Frank Thomas played for the A's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nobody remembers. Jerry Rice played for Seattle and Denver and places like that.
I get it. I understand what Tom's doing, and maybe the fact that, the guy that he just hired as his head coach in Vegas is the offense coordinator for Seattle, and that wouldn't look too great to bring in a new guy, which I'm sure that's something that more and more people will talk about. But that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think that this is just one of those things where, and I'm going to talk more about it tomorrow because I have a feeling I know why, or I know who is rooting against the Patriots more than anyone in the United States, maybe the world. But that's just me.
I just think with Tom right now, I'm just looking at it and going, I can't blame him for not wanting to pick the New England Patriots to win. I can't. I mean, it's the human side of things. It's the I had 6 there. It's the, oh my God, this guy's kind of in the same similar situation that I was in New England. It was year 2 there for them with Belichick, I believe. But year 1 with Vrabel coming off another coaching, situation where he got fired, just like Belichick did in Cleveland, and giving a second opportunity in New England. A young quarterback that nobody really knew much about's coming in, taking over the world. I mean, there are a lot of similarities between these two teams 25 years later from when that dynasty started. And, I can understand the hurt feelings, man. We all get them. And Scott Pioli told me one time, he goes, I hate it's just business. It's not personal. No, it's personal. It really is. And I think for a guy like Tom Brady, it probably was personal, and there probably were, guys, a lot of open wounds that still have to heal that he's looking at and going, this organization gave up on me. This organization chose Bill Belichick essentially over me, and then moved Bill Belichick out like a year later.
I mean, that's just part of ego.
Yeah, it is.
You can't face it. You can't understand it because you don't want to. It's happening. It's coming for us all.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, whether it's sports, life in general, it's coming for us all. And it will be here. Whether the more you can accept it and accept what your life is, then that's what you will accept. And that's just, it's not, they gave up on me. No, just that's life, dude. But what they did give up on is Dallas giving up on the brow. What are we doing in Dallas, by the way, Mac?
Rajon Rondo played more games for the Dallas Mavericks than Anthony Davis.
I'm sorry. One more time for those hard hitters.
Rajon freaking Rondo.
He's been in the league for what, 6 years?
Yeah, dude. What is going on? You traded Luka Doncic and you got less than 40 games out of the Anthony
Well, what
Davis.
they're going to say is,
did you expect to get any more?
If I'm
crazy.
PR Dallas, I'm going to say, you know what? We gave up Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis. And you know what we turned it into? Cooper Flag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But you can spin it that way. And you should spin it that way.
How can you spin that?
And because you can,
lottery pick.
If you're good at PR, you have a way to spin that. If you say the right things, if you're not a total moron, you can get up there.
There's no way to spin this.
Absolutely,
you traded Luka Doncic. It's over.
You just be honest with the organization. Look, that guy's no longer here. You can't continue to hold that over. They fired that GM, right? He's out of the picture now, and that's how you spin it. You get up there and go,
Mark
look,
Cuban
man,
left to go to Indiana.
That's exactly right. Cuban bailed on this whole thing. So that's how you sell. Look, it's a new day here in Dallas. We did some things in the past, but this is who we are now. This is the team that we have. We've got Cooper Flag, and it's not hard to create that spin. Just people who run PR in sports for the most part aren't smart, and they don't do a good job, and they don't know how to spin things, and they don't know how to control the narrative. They're so ego-driven that they think, I'm a sports franchise. I can control any narrative that I want because I'm a franchise. franchise. And you can't because people see through all of this. So you've got to get out there early and control the narrative and not just go, they don't know what they're talking about. They're wrong, and be arrogant about all that stuff. Get out there and control the message. That's what you have to do as a PR guy for one of these teams.
We're rebuilding?
Yeah, we're rebuilding. Stick with us, man. Be honest with your people.
We're going to be around Flag.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Cooper Flag is our guy, and we're going to build around him. And it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. But we're asking you guys, as Mavericks fans, we're being honest with you. We effed up. We're sorry, but we got Cooper Flag, and we're going to do our best to build around him. Come on, man.
Anthony
Give
Davis
us a second
is 33.
chance.
He's not going to be a part of this.
He wasn't going to be a part of this, and we're trying to stockpile picks. But you have to be honest. All these sports franchises just lie. They want you to follow a shiny light here and a shiny light there and distract you and distract you and distract you. That's their job, to distract their fans while they're doing stuff. The people who come out and are honest, those are the people you can wrap your arms around. And I guarantee you, if the Mavericks GM, coach, and all these folks come out and say, we effed it up the last couple of years, but here we are. We were lucky enough to get the number 1 pick. We're going to build around them. Bear with us, guys. We're promised we're not going to F this one up, okay? And just be honest. Do you know how many people would applaud the Dallas Mavericks if they did something like that?
Yeah, they'd start to forgive.
Yes,
that's fair.
or any sports team. You have to have a mea culpa in all of this, and you have to apologize, and you have to show that you're human, and you have to show that you made mistakes and be willing to embrace it. And people forgive people who make mistakes all the time. It's America. You apologize, and everybody's like, cool, we like you again. That's all you got to do.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I'll take that. I still think fans are going to be upset no matter what because you did get rid of the third best player. But you're right. You've got to start moving on from that. You fired that GM. We're getting rid of this 32-year-old player who's injured and never here anyways. We're going to get what we can.
But they got to make sure that they do build around Cooper Flag in the right way. Take a lesson from what happened with the Chiefs this year, or what's happening in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, or some of these other places that didn't surround their star with legitimate help. Everybody needs help in sports, guys. Nobody can do it by themselves. And so, message to the Chiefs, help Patrick.
I have an idea for a new game that we're going to play on Fescoe and Dusty here with McMurray as well. Hold me accountable for it. 96.5 The Fan, you're home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, my friends over at Hy-Vee are doing something that I found to be absolutely awesome, and that is their aisles online. We used it over the weekend because we're just like, hey, man, we don't really want to do anything today, but we need a lot of groceries, so let's get on the Hy-Vee app or at Hy-Vee.com and order everything and have it delivered. And I'll tell you what, it was so simple to order online. Just choose everything we want, just choose the store that we wanted, choose the delivery time, and boom, our groceries showed up right in that delivery time window, and it was awesome. It saved us so much time and saved us so much money as well. So download the Hy-Vee app or go to Hy-Vee.com, choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee will do all of the shopping for you, just like they did for us. And all you have to do is pick it up or have it delivered to your home. So you can save time and save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
The big game is here, and it's time to elevate your game with Circa Sports. Danon Hughes here, and Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. The big game requires a big betting menu, and Circa Sports has you covered. From player props to game scenarios, Circa Sports has it all, including our fan favorite Circa Squares menu. Instead of picking your big game squares randomly, choose your numbers and place your bets. Download your new bookie today and visit circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, guys, my friends at QC Kinetics are saying enough with the pain, right? And my friends at QC Kinetics aren't the ones saying it. I'm not the one saying it. It's 40,000 people that have gotten relief from QC Kinetics that are saying it. If you're in pain, if your joints hurt, go see my friends over at QC Kinetics before you replace your knee or your hip and before you put your life on hold for months. QC Kinetics has found a way to do that. They're the nation's leader in cellular-level treatments that revitalize joint tissue naturally. Patients who thought surgery was the only answer are getting their lives back thanks to QC Kinetics' advanced regenerative treatments. Surgery isn't always the answer, and QC Kinetics uses safe, natural treatments to activate your body's healing power with zero downtime. So get started now to ease inflammation and slow that progression of arthritis. 40,000 people can't be wrong. Before you say yes to surgery, Do your research and call QC Kinetics today. The consultation's free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, and we've partnered with Cupid to bring you the best Valentine's Day gifts, even if you forgot. We won't tell. From heart necklaces with sparkling diamonds to stylish gold hoops, every piece is made with love. Plus, there's still time to propose. We make it easy to create their dream engagement ring. We have meaningful gifts for every budget. It'll look like you've been planning this for months. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Visit our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com.
Thank you for a great 2025 and promise to continue giving you reason to shop at Shawnee Mission Ford in 2026. Great selection of new and used vehicles, large discount, top trade allowance, and mobile service when you need it. There's no reason to go anywhere else. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more in 26.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side, Blue Parkway westbound heavy approaching Noland, about a mile plus back up there. 71 northbound, off again on again slow from 87th up towards Gregory. Kansas side 70 eastbound, briefly sluggish at the split with 670. Alan Corn, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, so part of radio is paying off your tees. And we talk about how I think we've heard a lot of accountability. So from now on,
the hell was that?
The accountability bell.
The
accountability.
You got to get rid of that bell. Now we got to get something else. That's piercing. You got dogs all over the place barking. BBL stinky.
I mean, dogs listen to the radio.
Yeah, that sucks. We got to get rid of that bell. Oh my God, my ears are burning because of that.
What a buzzkill!
Oh, that bell. Get a better bell. I mean, that bell sucks.
Is it your headphones, or do you think?
No,
it's
I think the bell is terrible. Yeah, just being honest with you. Let's get a better bell, like a ding ding.
Boy, have the vibes changed. So anyway, my apologies to your ears. The Royals, or the Chiefs, I should say, continue to have a narrative, and that is accountability.
You got a guy like Eric Bieniemy coming in. Obviously, Coach Reed, man, like he lets us be men out there, right? Right. But at the same breath, man, we have to be more accountable for ourselves with that freedom, with that respect that he's given us. So for us, man, it's a standard. You know, getting back to that standard, being right, man. Like you said, Pat's coming off an injury. I know he's going to attack with everything else, and that's who he is, as a competitor, man. So just being the best version of ourselves that we can be, because we have to uphold that standard that we keep talking about. We have to finish better. We have to be a better team. We have to get back to the winning ways.
So we always said that, and I think this is just like something where like I don't know if they know they're doing it. Like today's world, I always like worry about like trolling, right? Like you never know if like someone's serious or sarcastic and all that sort of stuff. And so like one thing that I thought that was true was not a lot of people were in on the whole Eric Bieniemy coming back as the offensive coordinator. Some people were all about it because of what he had, which was accountability. Or keeping players accountable. I mean, Patrick Mahomes said it 4 times in his audio, and that's one thing that we had talked about, that's what Eric Bieniemy is here to do, is to be what we call the red ass of, like, the team. And so when you put those things together, it's almost like they're told, like, hey, here's the thing, man. Like, everyone thinks, like, you know, Eric Bieniemy's keeping you guys accountable. And maybe that's, like, hunger, like, that's food for the fire, or fuel for the fire, I should say. And so the Chiefs know that. And so, like, now it seems like every time we hear some Chiefs audio from a player, whether it be Travis Kelce who said it, Patrick Mahomes who says it, now Trey Smith who says it on Radio Row, it seems like, I don't know, like, if they know that's, like, the narrative that's been said, but it seems like that keeps coming up over and over and over again to where it's like, we get it.
You like, I'm asking you, and I think what you're looking for is, do they know they're using this cliche, right? Are they real? Are they really saying like accountability was a problem, or is this one of the 3 things that was put on a laminated sheet by PR to tell them to say when people asked about Eric Bieniemy? Because the way that I look at it is like, again, I sound like a broken record. That's Andy Reid's job. Like, you're the head coach of this football team. Accountability is on you. That's not on your assistant coaches. I don't even know that. Like, that's not on your assistant coaches. Like, we have to bring Eric Bieniemy back because there was no accountability for the last couple of years. I don't know, guys. I'm out of that business of that. I think it's a cliche, and I think it really does end, and it starts with the head football coach. This is not a job. What other teams are you hearing about that are saying this? We needed to bring in another coach to keep us, accountable, to make us do our jobs the right way. No, that's not the way it should be. You should be doing your job the right way because you're a professional. And if you're not, your boss needs to handle that, not not middle management at this point in time.
The devil's advocate, I guess, to that, Bob, because we've talked about this now a few times, and I guess it's the first time I've thought of this, and I've said this in the past. What the Chiefs are doing is trying to rewrite history with Andy Reid, because no coach has ever won a Super Bowl at this age, right? So you've got to do things differently if you want to change. So maybe this is that. Hey, we know this isn't the way this usually works. A 67-year-old coach winning titles, winning bowls. We know why that hasn't worked in the past. Here's what we're going to change. We're going to get, over time, alleviate things off of Andy Reid's plate, one of which this one is going to be, accountability, attitude, discernment, all those things.
Yeah, but I also think, too, just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it can't happen. And just because somebody that old hasn't. But you start to look around, why hasn't it happened? There hasn't been many coaches of this age that have coached this long, too. I mean, a lot of guys get out of the business. I mean, now you're starting, because of the way the world works, we're dying later in life than we used to, obviously. People are working a lot longer. People are in better shape. And so I think you're going to start to see more older coaches in the NFL. If they have success like Andy Reid, they'll stick around and hang out for a while. Like Sean McVay could hang out for another 30 years. But back in the day, guys looked old when they were 45. I mean, you go back and you look at some of these guys, you're like, man, that guy is old. And then you look at, like, he died and he was 60. And you're looking at him, he was old, he was in his 40s and 50s. And so I think now things have changed. I think we're going to see guys sticking around a lot longer, because if they're having success, why not? So just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't happen. And it's not like they haven't won Super Bowls. They're coming off of two Super Bowls in 3 years type of thing. And so it's not like Andy's fighting for that elusive Super Bowl trophy where they have to throw the bathwater out to make sure he gets it before he retires.
I want to bring this up because this was funny, because honestly, if you have the sound effect, the Nebraska Cornhuskers should be held accountable for Joe Burrow.
You were a USC fan.
No, I was a Reggie Bush fan. I mean, I was a Nebraska fan growing up because, my dad and both my brothers played there. And so I was a diehard Nebraska fan.
Did they recruit you?
They did not.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That hurt?
That hurt real bad, yeah. That's where I wanted to go.
So wait, your brothers and your dad, and your dad doesn't have any pull there to say, or your brothers to say?
We thought we did. We thought we did.
Wow. That's got to hurt bad.
Yeah.
Did your brothers make fun of you that you didn't get, brothers can be
No,
there.
they just weren't very happy with the program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They weren't very happy.
Yeah, well, I think you did all right there.
Yeah, I think I did all right.
Congrats.
So Nebraska misses out on Joe Burrow, which is interesting. Like, it sounds like if he would have gotten recruited by them, he might have said, hey, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, and I've never heard Dan Patrick, lost for words. Guys, that was the first time I heard Dan Patrick, flustered. He's always that smooth, calm, never misses a beat type of guy. And Joe Burrow was like, yeah, Nebraska didn't recruit me. And I know somebody who was around the program and part of the program when that was going on, and I heard from them last night, and it was, Scott Frost was never interested in Joe Burrow. Never thought Joe Burrow was going to be good and didn't want Joe Burrow. Now, hindsight being 2020, obviously, you look back, there are misses all the time in recruiting. But the fact that Scott Frost was so arrogant and didn't want him shows you why Scott Frost didn't last at the University of Nebraska. Because if that's the case with Joe Burrow, how many other players did he miss out on maybe because he didn't like or misread or misjudged, all of that talent? And that's why Scott Frost is coaching at, UCF or wherever he's back to, where he won a mythical championship a few years ago. But Nebraska fans have to probably be sick. But there's no guarantees that Joe Burrow would have been the same quarterback at Nebraska that he was at LSU with all of the weapons that he had down there, too.
Is there any other misses? Because I would say there's one right now in college sports. That Wagler kid out of Illinois.
Yeah, that's a big miss for a lot of people.
Big miss. KU and K-State and Mizzou.
Yeah, but that just shows you how, some guys, hit their stride later in life. Some people hit their stride earlier in life. And when everybody misses on a guy, just chalk it up to, hey, this kid got better and used that maybe as motivation and tried to get better because nobody was recruiting him. And now he's going to Illinois and he's dominating and it's fun to watch. And so, just because, you look back and history has already been written, there are no guarantees that Joe Burrow would have been any good if he went to Nebraska. And maybe the best thing for him was Nebraska not recruiting him. And he got to go to LSU and play with an arsenal of weapons down there where they could just go after it and win national championships and smoke cigars and get to the next level. Because I guarantee you, Joe Burrow probably wouldn't have been that household name going into the draft had he played at the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, or maybe Ohio State, too.
Yeah,
Getting turned down twice. Yeah.
I feel like another one would be maybe Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
Played at Fort Osage.
Yep.
Right down the road.
Yep.
Passed on by the Royals, passed on by a bunch of teams.
Everybody passed on him 10 times.
And St. Louis ends up finding him, and then he has the best 10-year career, first 10-year start to their career in the history of baseball.
But then there you get the Bubba Starling issue too, because if you pay, that's the Royals are like, please don't have him there. Don't draft this kid. Don't draft this kid. Oh God, he's there. We got to take him.
And then you get the the obvious of K-State did it this year with Colin Klein. They're like, hey man, we can't miss on this.
They didn't
feel
miss.
like we got to bring this guy in.
Yep.
Let him be our coach and see where this goes forward. And it is what it is.
Now do it with basketball and Michael Beasley, and then you'll be.
You want Beasley to be the head coach at K-State? Is that the rumor now?
No.
Oh,
maybe it will be now.
I mean, he'd know how to teach those kids, NIL money and how to sell your product and all that sort of stuff. Just go out there and say you can beat Kansas anywhere. Here, there, Africa. Doesn't matter where we play. We'll beat them.
I
Teach
love
them accountability, too.
Hire Michael Beasley. I'm all for it.
No doubt. The accountability is what we should call that now, because it's going to keep happening throughout the offseason. Every time it does, you'll hear that bell, because it's going to be said over and over again by your Chiefs players. Coming up on the other side, I got a pretty good idea how you can bring Raider hatred back to Kansas City, but from the other side, not from our side. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, Super Bowl 60, it's right around the corner. Deserves a sportsbook built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. And when anything can happen during the Super Bowl, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If a player goes down in the first half, you still get paid out in cash immediately once your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. You new to DraftKings? New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 965. That's code 965 to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.com/audio. Limited time offer.
Blue Creek Wagyu is here to prove there's never been a better time to follow through with your resolution to eat better. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef will help you hit all your goals this year. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouth-watering Wagyu every day, and their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The big game is here, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 32% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $289. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade 100. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything. Brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything.
This hour is brought to you by State Water Heater and Reeves Weideman, online at rwco.com. Need a water heater? State Water Heaters has the solution. The Adapt Gas Tankless Water Heater with X3 scale prevention delivers efficient, on-demand hot water with no annual maintenance and may qualify for money-saving utility rebates. Ask your plumber for State at Reeves Weideman. Visit rwco.com or statewaterheaters.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 35 southbound gets heavy before the merge with 69 highway. Stays very slow down towards Cookingham with an accident blocking the left lane. East side 435 northbound slow rolling approaching 23rd. Stays sluggish up to Truman with construction. Alan Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Fan 965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFMZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
This is a good miss from the text line. I want to give credit where credit's due. Ron Baker, Wichita State, being missed by Bill Self. True. Ron Baker was a beast, dude. Yeah. He'd have been a great Jayhawk.
There's a lot of guys that just get missed in coming out of high school because they're not ready yet. And then they get to high school or college their first year, and then they grew 6 inches, and they have hair under their armpits, and all of a sudden girls think they're sexy, and you're like, where did this guy come from 6 months ago, right? And it just happens. I mean, the growth spurts are different. I was the shortest kid in my 8th grade class. And so then I got to high school, and I was still one of the shorter ones, but ultimately I got the 6 foot. It happens. I was a lot later in life. My mother told everybody at a graduation party I still didn't have hair under my armpits when I was 18. And so, that's a scar that I'm still living with to this day. And we wonder why I have no self-esteem, Mom. Thank you. So, that kind of stuff. But, so guys just change, and it happens. Guys miss all the time on players. And just because you didn't get the guy doesn't mean you're a bad coach or a bad recruiter. How about all the guys that they did get and they did hit on? Now, Scott Frost is a different category because he sucked at, Nebraska. But Bill Self, year 23, a couple national championships, all this stuff. Yeah, he missed a guy.
Not too bad. Yeah,
happens.
Somebody says Mike Riley, not Scott Frost. Was Mike Riley the one that was there when Burrow was getting?
I just got a text on this. So I was told by a guy that's close to the Nebraska program just now. They missed out on him twice. Once out of high school with Mike Riley, and then with Frost. Riley wanted him to be a defensive back. That's coming from somebody that's tied into the Nebraska program. Mike Riley wanted him to be a defensive back. So he said no. And then Scott Frost said, nah, we're not interested in you. So it was 2 times that they swung and missed on Joe Burrow.
Cooper DeJean's doing pretty well for you.
He really is. You talk about going out there at his age would be like me dating B. Arthur back in the day. He is going out there with the Cougars. God love him.
Speaking of being entwined with teams, this is Jay Glazer yesterday on Radio Row, who's tapped into all the teams in the NFL and one of the more respectable guys out there. This is him talking about Max Crosby.
There's a couple guys. If they tell you they're playing, they're playing.
I think his time with the Raiders is done.
I do.
Okay. Before the draft?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Is there a landing spot that makes sense in your opinion?
A ton of them. I'm not going to say what it is yet because I'm going to try and help it out.
Sure. What kind of haul do you think realistically a Max Crosby gets in general?
He probably more than Micah. So the day it happened,
what's going on here?
No less than 20 teams called me.
Glazer? Yeah, we'll talk.
And asked, dude, is this real? Can we get him? What's it for? I'm like, God, we're not there yet, but yes, it's real.
Do you think his time with the Raiders is done because that's a Raiders decision or because that's a Max Crosby decision?
They didn't want to do it. But he was just like, I'm not going through another rebuild.
So, yes, that's Jay Glazer talking about Max Crosby. And yes, to your question you're answering, a lot of people were concerned if Jay Glazer was okay yesterday because he just seemed a little off.
Yeah, that did not sound good.
Yeah,
what show was that on? Do you know?
I don't. He was on. He made obviously a lot of appearances.
Obviously a lot
of
rounds.
Around with Rome at one point yesterday. They talked about Tomlin. And he's like, yes. He's like, Tomlin's done.
He was slurring his words in multiple of these interviews.
That was. I'm scared. I personally love Jay Glazer because I know people are on one side or the other with Jay Glazer. I like him for a lot of reasons. He's very open with his mental health, and I think that's important because I deal with a lot of the same stuff that he's going through. We've had kind of these conversations. It's tough. It's not easy to deal with mental health issues, and I appreciate that he's open and honest about it.
Yeah, because you guys talked about it off the record on Radio Row last year for about 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah, we did. We had a long kind of heart-to-heart conversation about this and going through this kind of stuff and how difficult it is every single day with the negative energy that people have towards you and all this kind of stuff and how to block it out. And the other thing that I like about Jay Glazer a lot and why I think he's the best insider out there is because he saves his stuff for his TV show. He's not out there on Twitter. He's not out there talking about it. The Mike Tomlin story that he told yesterday where he had that information 2 years ago and wanted to break the news before the last game, and Mike Tomlin told him, no, I'm not allowing you to do that because I don't want my players to hear it from you. I want them to hear it from me. That's why Jay Glazer gets all the big scoops, because for 2 years he knew Mike Tomlin was walking away and didn't tell a soul that Mike Tomlin was walking away and kept that secret until the last day of the season. And when he asked Mike Tomlin if he could say it, asked him if he could say it, that's how you get the information. That's how, being a good behind-the-scenes reporter is, because you don't sell people out. You never reveal who your sources are, and you respect what they tell you. So I love Jay Glazer. The Max Crosby stuff we can get to, I'm not the only one who thought that sounded a little off, right?
Oh, yeah, and that's not the word. There's other clips that sounded much worse. But, yeah, people were wondering, obviously stroke. People were just asking, did he have a drink this morning? What's going on? It doesn't sound like him.
Yeah, I'm very concerned.
Me too.
Which leaves up the question, because it is the offseason for the Kansas City Chiefs still, even though there is the gigantic game that happens on Sunday, which don't forget, February 10th, we're doing the Chiefs offseason show here on 96.5 The Fan with myself and Bob, Carrington, Cody, and Gold, all in studio, all on camera, all on a microphone to talk all things Chiefs off schedule for 2 hours from 9 to 11 on February 10th. Believe it or not, that's 5 days away. But it opens up the question, like, do you think if you could have one or the other on this Chiefs team, obviously a trade and some stuff would happen, but we don't need to get into the semantics of that. But if you could have one of two players that seem unhappy with their current team, those two guys seem to be Max Crosby and Justin Jefferson, who would you take?
I don't even have to think about it. It's Max Crosby. I am so down on our defensive line right now. I think it's the worst position on the team the more I think about it.
Because that's interesting you say that.
It is.
Because a lot of people have said, I think you as well, Binkley as well, that you don't want to see Mahomes have to go out there and just try to do everything himself, and it'd be really awesome to like surround him with the most talent as possible. That fits the Justin Jefferson narrative.
Absolutely it does. Yeah.
And the other side of the argument, because you could have, like, this is one of those like fun debates where like I would listen to both sides, but I could debunk both sides and I could support both sides. Because then you could say, well, one problem this team had was getting off the field on third down, and one problem would be fixed as having Max Crosby. Your defense gets faster. It gets better. It gets to that almost elite level because that would make Chris Jones better. That would do all that sort of stuff. And all of a sudden now you have a legit pass rusher that's actually going to play for something instead of just playing for incentives or playing for Raiders and selling the PR saying that it is, I'm here to be a Raider and that's where my attention is. Now it's clearly obvious you don't want to be there.
I don't blame him.
And, for me, it's Justin Jefferson. And it's not one of those, like, I don't have to think about it. I do have to think about it because I tell myself, okay, what's one of the biggest needs on this team? Wide receiver is, in my opinion, if you have that guy. Now, again, Justin Jefferson is, again, not the guy. There's so many different branches you go off on this because Justin Jefferson's 6'1". He's not 6'5", but he plays 6'5". Like Tyreek Hill was 5'10", played like he was 6'4".
Oh, God, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like played bigger than he was. And if you put him around Patrick Mahomes, not only does that elevate Justin Jefferson's game, you put Justin Jefferson around Patrick Mahomes, that's going to elevate Patrick Mahomes' game back to like a level that we saw when Tyreek Hill was here, where it's like, hey, Justin Jefferson's down there, F it, put it up there. And he's going to go get it. And you're going to surround him with that sort of talent. Now, with Max Crosby, you can have the same argument on the other side. Like, hey, now, this isn't normally a Spags type of guy, but what's Spags like with a guy like that?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to have that debate between those two players. Obviously, I would have put a gun to my head. Neither one will be achieved. Right. But again, it's interesting to have that conversation.
Oh, it's great to have the conversation. That's what makes this medium fun because we can talk about this stuff. And then if people get mad, this is never going to happen. You're right. It's never going to happen. But it's still a good conversation because it leads you to us having the conversations of what we think the biggest areas of need are. And I'll say this. Look, do they need a wide receiver? Yeah, I do believe they do. But, man, I'm so intrigued by the wide receiver coach and the talent that Rice and Worthy have, both raw talent. It hasn't been realized yet. I want to see what happens. I just think the defensive line on this team right now is the weakest link. And I still can't get past the Dallas game and having that image in my mind of just how slow they were and they couldn't get to the quarterback. And then Dusty brings up a brilliant point with the third and long situations. How many of those just were converted with ease because there was no speed on the defensive line getting to the quarterback? And I think right now from the seat that I'm in, and I think the seat that Brett Veach is in too, they know defense is the number one priority, this offseason. Doesn't mean they're going to just, abandon the offense and not look to get better on offense because they do need to get better there as well. But I think they were exposed. I think they were opened up to say, your defensive line is a relic right now, and you need to get younger, faster, and quicker on that defensive line, and you got to get to the quarterback. I mean, my God, guys, they were a day late and a dollar short to the quarterback every single time it felt like this year. So that's in my mind. That's burned. That's the image in my mind. That's why I want to go out and get defensive line.
Where do you side?
Yeah, this is tough. There's no wrong answer. I mean, Jefferson's 4 years younger, but I think Bob's correct in saying the defensive line is the worst position group on the team, and I don't even think it's really close. I mean, legitimately, I think it's piss poor. It is terrible.
So I would feel like yours is you need Max Crosby more. You want Justin Jefferson.
I'm the same way. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah.
Because it's not going to matter if I have Justin Jefferson when the opposing offense is having 13-play 7-minute drives whenever they want to, running the ball at ease whenever they'd like to. 3rd and 6, I don't give a rip. I'll just run for 8 yards.
Right. That's right. Defense wins championships. Offense puts butts in the seats. Offense and give up every 3rd and long situation, and we get some sacks this year. So, I'm loading up on defense, man, because they looked old last year.
And you got to think, though, quarterbacks in your league are all mobile.
That's exactly right.
I mean, Bo Nix is going to be mobile. Mendoza's probably going to be mobile in Vegas. And like it or not, Herbert's pretty mobile.
Becoming more and more, it seems. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And now you got, Mike McDaniel in there as well. Who knows what he's going to bring to the offense in Los Angeles and how he's going to change that game up.
Scary.
And so if you want to get back to contending and, be back in the Super Bowl and not hanging out at, the Pro Bowl and whatever that venue was that they had, they've got to get better on the defensive side of the ball,
Coming up on the other side, we get to our guy, Ben Maller here, brought to you by The Landing in Liberty. We'll get to Ben Maller on the other side here. 96 by the Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, the biggest game of the year deserves the biggest and best spread of the year, and that all starts with Daisy Dips, because Daisy is making great tasting, delicious Daisy French onion dip and Daisy ranch dip. And what I love best about these dips, no preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're literally made with everything you can find in your kitchen. We're talking about real herbs and spices. And, of course, these Daisy Dips start with America's favorite sour cream, and that's Daisy. And like I said, no preservatives and no artificial ingredients. And they're amazing. You can eat them with the chips, the wings, the veggies. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You want to use it as a spread for a sandwich? Go ahead and do that. Nobody's stopping you. Just get to a grocery store near you and look for Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip today.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ Soft Serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into Soft Serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Hey, football fans, it's Dusty Likens. Keep that playoff energy going for the big game with BetMGM. Our big game boost pack gives you 3 ways to boost your payout on a winning bet. Just log into your BetMGM account to receive your boost pack, then place any bet on the big game and apply one of the tokens. Make sure you bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted bet hits, you'll score a bigger payout. From opening kickoff to the final snap, this big game boost pack is your ticket to unforgettable moments during the greatest game of all. Open your playbook and boost your potential payout for 3 bets on the big game. Join the action with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Jeff Montgomery here for Amoeba Medical. The new year is all about turning the page and feeling your best. Men, if better sleep and fewer bathroom trips are on your list, an enlarged prostate could be the reason. I decided not to carry that problem into another year and contacted Dr. Brown at Amoeba Medical. Their non-surgical treatment was fast, simple, and came with minimal recovery time. And it's covered by insurance. Start the year more comfortable and well-rested. Schedule a visit with Dr. Brown and the team at Amoeba Medical in Kansas City. Amoeba Medical, MIVA-medical.com.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Let's talk about the buying experience at Lewisburg Ford.
It's the best anywhere. Just ask all our customers, Toby. It is hands down the best experience you can have buying a new car. We have the no-hassle Toby Tobin price that we've had for over 45 years now. Nobody else can say that. We've been saving Kansas City thousands and thousands of dollars for a lot of years.
I have been buying Ford cars and trucks from Lewisburg Ford for over 30 years, and I know personally this is the best place to buy a Ford car or truck. Great prices. But there's a whole lot more than that.
It doesn't just stop at price, Toby.
Yeah.
There's other factors to this equation, and it's trade-in allowance, financing, and the experience of how knowledgeable the people are that you're dealing with. And we surpass everybody in all those areas. We always have. We always will. That's why calling us is important.
Do you have that new pickup?
Absolutely. And it's dynamite.
Okay. Lewisburg Ford is your best place to buy a Ford car or truck. What's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Lewisburg Ford or LewisburgFord.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 35 southbound, a big mess before Cookingham with an accident blocking the left lane. That kept you solid back to the merge with 69 Highway. Now an accident in the backup before the merge as the freeway shut down. Forced to exit at Plattsburgh Road. Heavy delays building quickly, nearly 3 miles of slow traffic to get through. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan, and it's all brought to you by The Landing in Liberty. And Ben is on the row in San Francisco in his radio row. And Ben, the Super Bowl buzz out there, is it bigger than the Super Bowl buzz we're feeling nationally? Because I know the Chiefs aren't in it, so it's different. But boy, this just feels like a Super Bowl that doesn't have a lot of buzz to it. And we're at Thursday.
Yeah, well, guys, it's good to be on with you. I just got here, so I don't know if I'm the greatest judge, but I have not felt a lot of excitement. Used to be the turning point here on Thursday, that there's more people in town now. There's more people want to spend the whole week here, and so people from Boston are going to make their way and drive down from Seattle. So we'll see. My issue, though, guys, is the quarterbacks are pretty dull. There's not a lot going on with that. I just think there's not enough. I don't know, razzle-dazzle is the right word. It just seems very bland. The personalities are not there. The coaches, it's just there's something missing. And I think that's it. Now, we'll see if the game's great. People will remember that. But in the lead up to it, everything this week's been a little off. Media night was a mess. The Pro Bowl was played in the basement at a convention center. So it's just not, the thingamajig's not working.
So, Ben, when you look at this Super Bowl now, let's talk to the 45-year-old guy who's got 2 kids, who's a fan, but, he hasn't been really paying much attention. What's the number one storyline that guy should be looking at this week with the Super Bowl?
Yeah, so I hate to say it because I hope this guy doesn't play well, but Sam Darnold, to me, that's the story, right? The redemption arc that Darnold is – there's only been a few quarterbacks that have played for 5 teams and then made the Super Bowl. The last time this happened was Chris Chandler, if you're old enough to remember, with the Atlanta Falcons back in the day when they made it because of an idiot kicker missing a field goal and all that. So it's very rare that this happens. Darnold's been terrible pretty much his entire career. Even this year, he led the NFL in turnovers, and all of that will be erased if they win the Super Bowl. People are like, well, you figured it out. It took him a little more time. So to me, that's the story. I don't think Drake May is as good a story because he's got a lot of time left, and if he doesn't play well, it's like, well, okay, fine. They'll probably be back, although you can ask Dan Marino whether that always happens. So to me, it's Darnold and how he does, and seeing ghosts back in the day, which was against the Patriots. To me, that's the story. After that, what are you going? Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, maybe Patriots win and he proposes to Cardi B. Does that interest you at all? I'm going to go no. I'm going to go no on that.
I mean, that interests me a lot, Ben. Like that's right up my alley. I mean,
Well, I knew you,
Yeah.
of course, but I'm talking to the listener. Dusty, you're all about you're tabloid Dusty. Come on now.
you know what I mean? I mean, shake the quake, man. You know, they already had one of those in San Francisco. Hey, I want to ask you this because I feel like you'll give me a raw, honest answer. Do you believe Tom Brady?
Oh God, no.
Okay,
no,
thank
I
you.
don't believe. I don't believe anything Brady said. He's admitted in the past like he just loves to make stuff up when he's talking to the media. Even in the media, he's still making stuff up.
Yeah, because like I saw like it's the funniest part is that it's like fired up the wrong people, like Teddy Bruschi's pissed and all this other stuff. But like the other thing I want to ask you, because you guys were talking about like what the Super Bowl sells, like do you think Mike Vrabel's unanimously liked, or do you think it's like just kind of a dude thing?
Oh, the Vrabel. Well, Vrabel, I think he seems like he's like the perfect football coach. He's got the face, the whole look, the whole thing. I did want to mention though, the Tom Brady stuff.
Yeah.
That like he is hiring this. I mean, most of us know. I mean, he's hiring the Seahawks offensive coordinator, so he's got like. If the Seahawks go out and get shut out in the Super Bowl or score like 6 points or something like that on a couple of field goals, how bad is that going to look for Tom Brady? So obviously wants he wants Seattle to win and score a lot of points and all that stuff. But the variable thing, I feel like he's on the spectrum of being a star as a coach. Like if they win, then he's cranked up. He's not going to be at the Andy Reid, McVay level, but he's going to be in that upper crust of NFL coaches. You get to that point. So there's a lot on the line for him too. But yeah, he's got the look. He's definitely right out of central casting.
Talking with Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio as we preview the Super Bowl as he's in San Francisco on Radio Row where everybody's hanging out before the big game. And, you know, for me, I think if I was Tom Brady, this is how I would feel. I would not want the New England Patriots to win. I would not be rooting for them because the minute they start winning without you, that's the minute your legacy starts becoming secondary to what's going on up there. So I know I'm warped in the mind. I'd be rooting against my whole team if I was Tom Brady.
Yeah, I don't think he's so far ahead. It's like Secretariat, Bob. Like I think we should save that with a postmark. And if this thing does turn out to be like this amazing run, which I'm certainly not there yet, I don't think anybody is with the Patriots. That's more of a product of playing a crappy schedule is why they're here. And things lining up, all the plans lining up. Now, if Drake May wins like 4 Super Bowls, and then we can revisit. Then Brady starts saying, well, wait a minute here. You know, like one, it's not great for Brady. It's not great, but I don't think that really changes much. I mean, he won so much, so often in the game. All the records. He owns the record book for playoff performance. So I don't think we're at that point. I think he just wants Clint Kubiak to be the star of the Super Bowl. You remember how he was talking about Kubiak on Fox? I mean, it was like they needed to get a room. He wouldn't stop smothering. He was slobbering all over him, and he's all excited about this guy, his new savior, just like Pete Carroll was last year until they got rid of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he believed in Pete, but I do believe in the Kubiak stuff. It is quite the glazing they have for him, especially with Tom. So Super Bowl. Right? Like, I don't know if, like, you believe this or not, but we ask why this game doesn't sell. I feel like this is, like, one where, like, everybody's made up their mind before the game started, right? Like, I think Philadelphia, Kansas City, I think a lot of people hate watched that. I think people went in that game going, like, I hope the Chiefs lose. And then you got the Kansas City, the Midwest, and all that. But with this game, like, there is no promise Drake May is going to be, like, the star they want him to be, right? Like, he's not flashy. He's already probably, like, in a serious relationship. And then there's Sam Darnold, who's only 28, but I feel like everyone thinks he's the 35-year-old man, which would tell me right away that there is no, like, sort of, like, superstardom out there. Whereas, like, with Mahomes or Burrow or Matthew Stafford, who's in L.A., like, I think that's what's missing. I think it's the lackluster of, like, potential hope that these guys could be something more than just a quarterback, but they don't show me that they can be.
Yeah, well, my guys in Seattle are upset with me because I agree. The Rams would have made it more fun because you had the top 2 quarterbacks this year were Drake May and Matthew Stafford. So in the regular season, so if those guys matched up, statistically speaking, if you go by Pro Football Reference and all that, that would have been good. Puka Nakua's he's starting to go down the Travis Kelce way and trying to date famous women. So he's going down that road. And he's said some outrageous stuff, Puka Nacua. So you've got that going for you. I mean, there would have been a lot of the storylines would have been better. I know. I was like, well, who cares? It's your job. Yeah, well, it's our job. Yeah, I want my job to be easy. So yeah, I would rather have easier storylines to sell.
I think McVay's a sell too, Ben. I think McVay's very flashy. Like him being on the boat doing tequila shots with all his teammates and coaches. Like nobody, like you're not getting that from, you might get that from Vrabel, but like you're not getting that from other coaches as well. Like McVay's he's very flashy and sellable and more than just the game.
How great would Vrabel versus McVay have been in this Super Bowl from like a bro dude, like everybody just loves those guys kind of matchup, It would have been awesome.
Yeah, and it would have been great too because the last time the Rams played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, you remember McVay he was like following Belichick around like a puppy dog. He was so impressed with Belichick. It was embarrassing. I knew the Rams were cooked when I saw the video of McVay following Belichick around, but that would have been good. And by the way, do we need now? You can't even post photos of your vacation without creating a controversy. Like people are like analyze. Like, what are we doing? Like, who cares who you go on vacation with? Like, well, you didn't bring the right people with. No, I mean, it's a vacation. What are we doing?
I also love when the photos are captioned with like, "When you see it, you'll see it," and I'm like sitting there for 10 minutes going, "I don't see it."
Yeah, what were we looking for? I mean, went on vacation with a couple of dudes from work. Like, big deal. Dusty and I are going to New York, and we're not taking Mac. Are we bad?
Yeah, it's like it seemed like they were people on vacation having a good time. Like, okay, that's what you do on vacation. You try to have a good time. So I was like, what's the problem? I don't get it.
Yeah, you do. Ben, before we let you get out of here, we got a lot going on in the sports world this weekend. The Phoenix Open, the beginning of the Olympics, the Super Bowl. I mean, we're right in the heart of it. The NBA trade deadline is happening right in front of our eyes, and everybody is switching teams. Which true event are you most excited for? The Winter Olympics, the Phoenix Open, and the drunk hole, the NBA trade deadline? Which one's got you captivated most?
Well, we're doing the show today, so I'm on with you guys today. So I'm interested. These trades are more interesting in the NBA than the game itself, which is not a great thing. The league, but yeah, the trades interest me. Seeing that today, that's what I'm worried about. And then the Olympics, I think we'll get a couple of good stories out of that. So I'm not a huge Olympic wrap myself in the flag, so I hope obviously the USA does well, and we'll see how that plays out.
Benny, real quick. Sorry, Bob. Ben, I want to ask you from an LA approach. What is what's the view of you guys out on the West Coast of Darren Peterson?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really been a thing. It's not a thing.
It'll be a thing once March rolls around, right? And the tournament starts.
Well, exactly. Yeah, it's February. That's the calendar is the issue here.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben, we appreciate the time. Enjoy Radio Row. Say hi to Jim Rome for us, and we'll talk to you again next week.
I'll grab a vine. Thanks, guys.
Ben Maller with us here on 96.5 The Fan from Radio Row in San Francisco.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor.
You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is One Word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
Somebody had the text line for the 816 goes, is it just me or does Maller sound like Jay Leno?
Yeah, it was a weird connection with him today with, being in San Francisco and on the row and whatnot. So a little bit like Jay Leno. Just so you know, for those scoring at home, the Olympics are officially underway. We're watching them on USA Network. Curling is set to begin, guys. Woo! I'm excited. I really am. I am so geeked up for these Olympics for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess because I just like the winter sports. It's going to be fun.
Winter sports are great. I always get pumped for the Olympics.
Yeah, I love the winter more than the summer. Always have. I just find those sports to be more appealing to me. I don't know. I just love it. It's great.
Which is funny because most people feel the opposite because they haven't done those as much, right? They're like swimming, like we all swam, we all ran. Like, no, I don't care. I want to watch people go down mountains.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Okay, let's talk about Mike Macdonald. This is where I want to start. This was great. This was Mike Macdonald yesterday at Radio Row getting trolled a little bit with what happened last time the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, which was over 10 years ago.
Let me lay it out for you here. End of the fourth quarter, 30 seconds left. You guys are trailing. You're on the 1 yard line. Are you throwing it or are you running it?
Best play available.
It's the fourth quarter, 26 seconds left. It's second goal on the 1. You're down by 4. Are you going to run the football or are you going to throw it?
Is beast mode in the backfield?
Call him and get him in uniform and finally hand him the football?
That's within the realm. That's within the realm of possibility.
On the 1 yard line with 30 seconds left, would you run it or throw a slant?
I think the more important question is how many times am I going to get this question over the next 3 days?
If this comes down to a 1 yard line scenario,
20 seconds to go.
We running or passing?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of done answering this question.
One word on McDonald getting trolled.
I don't think he got trolled. I think that's normal. You know how that is at the Super Bowl. This guy's on a stage, and people are just walking by. Everybody who asked that question thought they were the only one that was going to ask it. Mm-hmm. They thought they were going to be original. They thought they were going to do it, and everybody had the same idea. And at those Super Bowl things, again, those guys are at the podium. You spend 2 minutes at this one, you're on to the next. Nobody really knows what's being asked to anybody because you're bouncing around the whole time. I call that normal, but also get another original idea, you know? Because somebody had that in their holster for about a week.
Yeah,
going,
exactly.
I'm going to ask this, and everybody asked the same question.
Last second.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic would be my one word, especially when he starts being able to say exactly what the last reporter is going to say.
Yeah.
This comes down to 20 seconds.
Yeah. That was my favorite part of the whole thing, yeah.
So well done. I mean, the Super Bowl is a different animal as we've seen before. Like, it's just an event that doesn't feel like a football game. It feels like a circus, and he seems to be giving good signs that he's just fine with it.
Gronkowski not fine with Bill Belichick not being in the Hall of Fame. He had a take on it, too. Gronkowski getting in the take business.
Ridiculous.
What do you make of that? Ridiculous. I mean, Coach Belichick needs to be in the Hall of Fame, and it needed to be a first ballot. Now there's no such thing as a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. No other coach ever in history should go first ballot. And there's a guy out there, Andy Reid, but he can't go first ballot now because Coach Belichick wasn't first ballot. And RKK should already been in the Hall of Fame. I mean, what this guy has done, winning this franchise in history, his 10th Super Bowl now, going to a Super Bowl this year. He went to a Super Bowl before the Belichick Brady. RKK, what he has done, not just for the New England Patriots, but for football as a whole, with all the TV content.